Let's go ahead and start the homework questions on section 4.1. And for this particular section of the homework, we will start off with question number 3. And for this problem, I need to determine if the slope is positive, negative, 0, or undefined. So for question 3a, what I like to do is I generally draw a person on the far left, and I determine what direction that person is going. And for this problem, this person is going up the hill. So if you're going up, that's a positive slope. And if I go ahead and actually jump to question 3D, for question 3D, I always put my person on the far left and figure out what direction that person is going. And this person is going down the hill over here for question 3D, so this is a negative slope. All right, now let's jump back to 3B. For 3B, I will continue to put my person on the far left, and this time this person is going straight, so not going up a hill or down a hill, it's just walking straight, so this is a slope of 0. And finally, for question 3C, if I put my person on the far left, that's the key, always put the person on the far left and figure out what direction the person is going. Well, this person walks and then hits a wall right here, right? So I can't walk any further, so this is my undefined slope. All right, so that's one way where you can determine whether slope is positive, negative, 0, or undefined by simply drawing a person on the far left and figuring out what direction that person is going. All right, now let's get into some numerical questions. Question number 4. Let's go ahead and determine the slope of the line now. And this is question number 4a. Now, when you need to find the numerical value of the slope, it's always good to find two good points. So for this particular graph, there's a good point right here, and there's also another good point over here. After that, I recommend that you construct a triangle. So here is my triangle right here. And I would count the horizontal and the vertical distance. So this horizontal distance right here in light blue, that has a value of 2. And my vertical distance, if I count up, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, so my vertical distance is 6. Now, in order to calculate your slope is your rise over your run, so your rise is going to be 6, and your run is going to be 2. Now, this simplifies to 3, and now you need to consider if this slope is positive or negative. And if you put your person on the far left-hand side, you'll notice that this person is going down the hill, so this slope is negative. So the answer there is a slope of negative 3 for question 4a. Okay, let's move on to question 4b. We need to find the slope of this line. Once again, I recommend that you find two good points. So here is a good point right there. And let's go ahead and find another good point over here. Okay, and then after that, we should go ahead and construct a triangle. So here is my triangle. And let's go ahead and count the units here, the horizontal distance and the vertical distance. So my vertical distance over here, that's just 3 units, right? And my horizontal distance, just count the units here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so the slope is your rise over your run. So the rise is going to be 3, and the run is going to be 10. And this slope is positive because if I put my person on the far left-hand side, this person is going up the hill. So slope is 3 over 10. Okay, let's move on to the next one, letter C here. Find the slope of this line. So let's go ahead and find two good points. So here's one good point right there, and there's another good point right there. After that, draw a triangle. There's my triangle, and after that, you want to count the, you want to determine the horizontal distance. And the horizontal distance here is 1, 2, 3, 4. And my vertical distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my slope is rise over run. So my rise is 4 and my run is 6. And this simplifies to 2/3. And the slope is positive because if you put your person on the far left-hand side, this person is going up the hill, so you have a positive slope there. Okay, let's move on to letter E. Letter E, let's find two good points. This one is a little tricky to find two good points. So here's a good point right there. And there's a good point right there. And after that, let's go ahead and draw a triangle. So my vertical distance here is 1, 2. And my vertical distance is 2. And now my horizontal distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So my horizontal distance is 9. So for this graph, my slope is rise over run, which is 2 over 9. And just remember that this slope is going to be negative because if you put your person on the far left-hand side, this person is going down the hill. So the slope is -2/9. Okay, let's move on to letter G. Letter G is a very quick one because if you put your person on the far left-hand side, this person is walking in a straight line. So if you have a straight line, you're not going up a hill or down a hill, up the hill or down the hill. You're not doing that, so your slope is going to be 0. So the slope of a horizontal line is always 0. And for letter H, if you put your person on the far left-hand side, notice that if you walk forward, you kind of hit this wall here, right? So the slope of a vertical line is going to be undefined. All right, so let's go ahead and do a few more questions when we're given numerical